Good evening, ladies. In today's video, I want to do an update on what I'm looking at and what I think is the most interesting topics of this week. Notably, we're going to be talking about Fantasy Top. Going to give you an update on that. If you're not interested in Fantasy Top, you can skip ahead to the second topic, which most people find interesting, and that is whether or not meme coins have locally topped or topped in general for the entire cycle, because there's a lot of chatter about whether meme coins are getting ahead of their skis already at this point in the cycle and whether they're due for a big correction. So I'm going to give you my opinions on that, but first I want to talk about Fantasy Top. I did a full video on Fantasy Top, so if you want to learn kind of the strategies of how to do well in Fantasy Top, you can watch my video there. But like we guessed in the last video regarding Fantasy Top, we guessed that there's going to be tournaments that are limited to common cards only, tournaments that are limited to just rare cards, and lo and behold, we have loads of different orientations of tournaments already, and I think this is only going to continue. Obviously, it's only going to continue, but it actually makes the game a lot more interesting. So it used to be like just a main tournament, anyone can put in any cards that they want, and basically whoever spent the most money could get the best cards, could get the most epic cards, legendary cards, and win the game doing that. And the higher you score in a tournament, the better your rewards are. So if you're actually interested in farming Blast, Fantasy Top is one of the nicest ways to do it, because you're playing a game, you're earning Fantasy Top rewards, you're earning these stars, you're earning the Fantasy Top points, and you're earning Blast Gold for taking part in this game. And it's the most viral game, most fun game, probably in crypto right now, but definitely on Blast. So the Fantasy Top rewards, like the points and the stars, are probably going to be worth something as well, but also you're getting the Blast Gold for participating in the game, in the tournaments. And the Blast Gold, like, they're getting a load of Blast Gold from Blast for being like the number one app on Blast right now. So since the last video, the Fantasy Top cards, like mine, have gone up maybe like 50%, maybe even 100% on average. So they're still going up. Potentially it's a local top, but as the game continues, like if you participate in these tournaments, you almost always get at least one card, and if you do well in the tournaments, you can get 2, 3, 5. You can get a lot of new cards. So there is dilution with new cards, but there's also burning mechanisms. So if you want to go from a common card to a rare card, you can burn 5 of the same rare card to upgrade it to a rare card. So the fact that they've created all these different variations of tournaments means that there's a lot of demand for different variations of cards. So there's a huge temptation to keep buying cards to like suit your deck, to make your deck ideal for the tournament that you're about to participate in. So there is still a demand, but potentially once the tournament starts slowing down, there could be people willing to take profits at that point. But for the moment, like, Fantasy Top cards are still generally trending up because it's very fun to play these tournaments. You get a lot of points and benefits for doing so, and you especially get good points and benefits for scoring well. So if you're really clued in on this game, you can earn a lot of points, you can earn a lot of Blast Gold with potentially not even that much capital, because there's these capped, like for example, the person who won the last tournament where there was it was common cards only, and there was a maximum cap of 20 stars that you could put in for your cards. This was his deck. This was the winning deck, and he only spent 0.44 ETH on creating the winning deck. Now, you might think, okay, that's still quite a lot of money, but when you think about it, he came first out of however many thousands of people. Like, you can still probably do quite well without having to spend a fortune. And this is, the next tournament, one of the next tournaments is a 15 card max cap. So a 15 star, max cap. So as you can see, you're like, oh, there's way more than 20 stars here. It's because the stars change over time. So you can buy people who are undervalued, who like don't have good stars right now, but usually would have good stars, and that's exactly what this person did. And all the people they bought went up in star value because their tweets became more viral. But say that you have a small portfolio and you just want to participate a little bit and you think you'd be good at this game, you can just go ahead and buy single cards that you think are undervalued that usually should have more stars. Potentially you see one of the creators has gone on holidays and isn't paying attention to Fantasy Top or trying to put out a lot of tweets, so his star ranking is going to go down. You could potentially buy that card, and when he comes back from holidays or from a conference, like obviously this is a bit creepy almost, but these are the kind of things you can think about. Oh, this person potentially is going to have a lot of activity next week because a lot of people are going to be, or he's releasing this new product or something, and people are going to be commenting on his posts. So you can think in different ways and try and get into undervalued cards. And there's also different leagues, so the better you do in particular tournaments, the higher your league becomes. So once you enter the bigger leagues, obviously there's going to be more competition, but there's also better rewards. So someone has calculated what the rewards difference is between different leagues. So you can see from this post, it's not Sybil friendly. So like you don't get an advantage for having a lot of accounts. So even whales are going to continue to buy more and more cards. So the more cards whales buy, like if they're buying epics and like really, really rare cards, that's going to bring up the price of commons as well, because you can turn 5 commons into a rare card. So throughout the entire stack, like there is demand for every single iteration of card. Now obviously there's a rare tournament coming up, like a rare only card tournament coming up. So people are going to be really trying to buy up all the rares. So when you see that is happening, you can probably think ahead and be like, okay, I can turn 5 of these commons into a rare. Potentially there's going to be some arbitrage opportunities, and that is definitely happening. So you can look through all the different listings and see if there's arbitrage opportunities where you can turn 5 common cards into a rare card and sell that rare card for more than the 5 common cards that you bought it for, because people are trying to buy up rare cards. You can see the inflation rate on the cards, and as you can see, it's the blue line at the very top of this chart shows the inflation rate of cards, and as you can see, it's been very much relatively flat over the last couple of weeks or week, and there's a little bump at the end of the last tournament when everyone gets their new card. So it's really fun the experience of getting a free card and opening it and hoping that you've got a rare is really fun and really addictive. So personally, I really find this game to be very fun, and yeah, I'm happy with my small portfolio of cards at the moment, and I'll let you know when I'm potentially going to be taking profits, but I'm doing well on it, and I'm just going to continue holding and playing the game because, you know, the rewards for playing the game are still very good, and I still think there is going to be demand for the cards. Like, I don't think this is the top for Fantasy Top, potentially a local top, but I don't think it's the top of the cycle just yet. But I'll let you know straight away when I am starting to take profits on some of these cards or any other moves I'm making. So let's move on to the next topic. Alright, is the hat actually coming off? We've seen Dog with Hat has been taking a little bit of a breather, and particularly Crypto Donald, well-respected trader in the space, put on a short and it completely went viral because basically got so much hate and so much attack for putting a short on whiff and publicly doing that. Everyone just lay into him, and yeah, when that happens, potentially there's a lot of bag holders who are scared and potentially are worried, and yeah, his shorts have been profitable so far. So I think whiff went from like $3 to $2.50, so he's probably done well on those shorts. Who knows if it's going to go lower if he's closed his shorts, but let's talk about where I think we are in the cycle in regards to meme coins. Now, personally, like I've said a couple of times, I think there's waves. There's been waves to these meme coin waves. So we've already had 2 big waves. The first one was bonk and like the very start of whiff, and then there was a bit of a drawdown, a bit of a lull, a bit of a I think after Christmas people started to calm down with meme coins, and then there was another huge pump with meme coins. And personally, I definitely do not think, like, maybe this is the crest of the second pump, but in no way, shape or form do I think it's going to be the final meme coin pump. I don't think it's the last one by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think the cycle is topped, and I don't think meme coins have topped. And I think retail, when real retail gets into crypto, they're going to go absolutely bananas, and they're going to go crazy for meme coins, in my opinion. And they're all going to be trading meme coins in Telegram on Unibot. So if you want to use Unibot, use my referral link in the description. Handiest way to trade meme coins, in my opinion. But I do think a lot of them are going to be very interested in Solana meme coins in particular, because it's so easy and it's so cheap, and it's actually much easier than NFTs were last cycle, and you saw how well NFTs did last cycle. So yeah, I definitely don't think it's the end of meme coins by any stretch of the imagination, And to add to that, do I think it's going? All the biggest meme coins right now are going to be replaced by smaller, new, and up and coming memes. Like for example, are Bonk, Pepe, and Whiff. Are they going to be all replaced by the smaller memes like PopCap, Michi, and whatever else, like in the lower market caps? No, I don't think they're going to be replaced. Like I do see the argument in that potentially buying a coin like Popcat, which has like a few $100 million market cap, will have better upside potential than buying Whiff that has a few $1 billion market cap. So yeah, I can see the argument for buying one of the lower market caps over the bigger market caps, but that doesn't mean these ones are going to replace the leaders of this cycle. The leaders of this cycle are the leaders for a reason, in my opinion. Now, the other thing I will mention in regards to Whiff has taken a bit of a breather, and Bonk is starting to perform well. So as we've seen for a while, Whiff has just massively outperformed Bonk and eventually flipped it. But at some point, Bonk, potentially being the OG Solana meme coin, could have a catch-up play, and that could be right now. The reason being, people are saying that the amount of tokens being emitted for Bonk is slowing down. So this week is the last week of huge emissions of Bonk. And, you know, that would be very bullish, but when you actually look into it, there is still enormous amount of emissions for a meme coin. Like, why does a meme coin need a huge team? Like 30% of the tokens are still not fully allocated yet. So, you know, short term, I have bought a bit more Bonk because I think it's going to outperform in the short term. But in the long term, I still think the main reason people prefer Whiff, and the main reason that it performs better than Bonk in the long term, is because it doesn't have these vested tokens. So if you didn't know, I think a large portion of Bonk's supply, like they airdropped it very, very well and did very well initially, but they kept so much supply for people to market Bonk and for the team to create businesses using Bonk that, you know, people hate VC tokens at the moment, and the whole fully diluted argument is really one of the most top of mind criticisms of most coins in crypto at the moment. So the fact that Bonk isn't fully allocated yet is definitely a negative in comparison to something like Whiff, and that's why Whiff massively has outperformed it. But in the short term, I do think Bonk could have a catch-up play. It is a great meme. It is very OG in the Solana space. It really helped kickstart Solana again. It kind of, you know, woke it up from the dead in the depths of December 2022. The other thing I will say for Whiff still has like the biggest mindshare on crypto Twitter. Like everyone is saying, oh, this is the top of Whiff. Oh, Whiff is this, Whiff is that, Whiff is amazing, Whiff is terrible, Whiff is going to go down, Whiff is going to go up. Like, who knows what the price does in the very short term, but one thing we can all agree on is Whiff and Pepe have the biggest mindshare on crypto Twitter when it comes to meme coins right now. So that is a bullish sign, and it's even reflected in the volume. Whiff has like the top 10 biggest volume out of any coin in crypto, 24-hour volume, and Pepe is up there as well. So that's just something to be aware of. They definitely have the biggest mindshare, and like the whole thing about meme coins is attention. Like, that's the name of the game. The more attention your meme coin has, the better, and Whiff has a lot of attention. So I don't think it's going to be the top for Whiff of the cycle, in my opinion. Now, the other thing that particularly Solana meme coins need in order to perform well is for the price of Solana to start going up again. Because if you want the price of meme coins to go up versus the US dollar, the best thing you can do is have a higher Solana price. So if you start seeing Solana break its all-time high, or its all-time high of this cycle, or its all-time high of its entire lifetime, that's a bullish sign for meme coins, obviously, especially Solana meme coins. Like, not just like as a comparison point, like people are like, okay, the market cap of Solana is 80 billion, so the market cap of its biggest meme coin should be 8 billion. Like, people kind of do those comparisons. That's one reason. But the other reason is that people now have more buying power because the price of Solana is higher. So if someone wants to put one sol into a meme coin when Solana is $100, so say they buy they buy one sol worth of a meme coin, and that one sol is worth $100, you have a $100 worth of buying pressure in the meme coin versus the US dollar chart. But obviously, if the price of Solana is $200, it's going to have double the impact on the meme coin versus the price of the meme coin versus the US dollar, if you get what I mean. So once Solana starts really pushing up again and goes back into a strong uptrend, that's obviously going to be very, very bullish meme coin. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know when that's going to happen again, but in the meantime, potentially meme coins can chop, meme coins can go down a bit. Personally, I'm just holding everything. I'm not taking any profits yet on my entire crypto position. I'm for the most part just holding across the board. I did buy a little bit more bonk and I bought a little bit more prime. I'll explain why in a minute. But for the most part, I'm just holding. For this summer, I don't know what's going to happen. I think we're potentially the most likely scenario is we chop for the summer, sell in May and go away, but basically means that no one is really trading during the summer. So summer tends to be a lower volatility time in crypto and in general markets as well. So just for the moment, I'm just holding, stacking cash, buying Tesla stock, which I think is undervalued personally. But yeah, I'm not expecting fireworks, but you know, it's Bitcoin, so it's crypto. At any point, Bitcoin could just break out to all-time highs. So I wouldn't be extremely surprised in either scenario, and I'm prepared for either scenario. But for the moment, I'm fully allocated to crypto, basically, and I'm just holding what I have. I'm not putting my fresh money from my job into crypto. I have enough crypto at this point. I mentioned I'm buying Prime as well. So first, I'll give an update on Pepe Coin. It's kind of one of the reasons I'm buying more Prime. So Pepe Coin, if you own Pepe Coin, which maybe like 10% of you do, but it's the OG Pepe meme coin. It created its own chain originally, and now it's moved onto Ethereum as a token. But they're actually a legitimate team, like builders who know how to build cool stuff. So they're creating an AI coin, and now you can stake. So if you were staking your Pepe coin to earn the AI coin, now you have to migrate it, and you'll get double the rewards of the based AI token when that does finally launch, because you know it's getting there. So that was one of the main reasons that Pepe Coin has really performed really strongly. Number one, it's like the OG Pepe meme coin. So when the new Pepe meme coin started popping off, obviously Pepe Coin is going to follow that, because people are like, oh, but this is actually the original Pepe meme coin. This should be the one. So some people are going to think that and buy the lower market cap one as a catch-up play against Pepe. But also the fact that you're going to be able to stake this for based AI, which is kind of like a TAO. It's like a TAO competitor. It's creating some LLM, decentralized LLM. So pretty cool stuff that they're building. But yeah, you do have to migrate that. And it is a very similar setup with Prime right now that a lot of people aren't even aware of. So with Prime right now, there is no staking, but soon you're going to be able to stake your Prime to earn the Wayfinder token. And the Wayfinder token, also a very, very interesting new project coming out, like in the AI space, where it's basically AI agents except within a game. So you can send AI agents to do errands within a game on your behalf and potentially earn you money and all of that kind of thing. So a really, really cool project. So once that staking does go live, I expect Prime to pump into that announcement and to pump into that staking as well. So just buying a bit more Prime as a bit of a shorter term trade. But as I said, I think we potentially chop for the next while, or even go down, go up, I'm not sure. So I'm not making a huge amount of trades, but this is like one potential short term trade that I'm looking at. If you want to get my thoughts and opinions at a more up-to-date rate, make sure to join my free Telegram in the description, because it takes me a while to make one of these videos and give you all the market updates. I've already said everything I've said in this video in Telegram, but you know, it takes me a few days to prepare it and have the time to actually create a video. So recommend you join that Telegram if you want. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this little update. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. And if you want to support me, use any of my referral links. If you want to farm the base chain airdrop, because I think base is going to do a very big airdrop at some point in this year, use Farmbase in the description below, because yeah, I think that's probably worth doing if you're not doing it already. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.